Hello! Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Very happy to have you here. Let me know how my mic's sounding. Oh yeah, let's actually turn the camera on. There's always I either get the microphone or the camera going at the start. I can't get both, apparently. But yeah, still having a little bit of technical difficulties with my computer, so let me know if anything sounds funny. I'll get Alex in here to fix it. Yeah, so, okay, first off, I'm gonna stretch while I talk, because that's something that I want to start all these streams out with, is just, you know, doing some basic stretches, getting the hands warmed up. Although I did do a little bit of drawing earlier today, but mostly I was just doing research. So we've got a new emote, second one now. In addition to Egg Champ, we now have Cheese Happened, because cheese does happen a lot on this channel. Either I'm talking about cheese while I'm drawing, or I'm showing off cheeses, or I'm playing Skyrim and I'm stealing every cheese that I come across, or we're just telling cheesy jokes. So yeah, Cheese Happens was, you know, I was talking with Gin Fizz, who, by the way, thank you for saying I look nice today. I've been wanting to wear, this is one of my like favorite dresses, and for the past like 3 Tuesdays, I put it on, intending to wear it on this show, and then like something happened where like last Tuesday I had to go out and shovel, and it's not a very warm thing to wear, so I had to change my clothes, and then I didn't end up putting it back on. So I finally got to wear my very nice dress that I love so much, and I've got this pin on the collar by Fyodor Pavlov that I love so much. But yeah, I was talking with Gin Fizz about like new emotes that we could have, and like we were just tossing ideas out there, and she said cheese, and I was like, nope, that's the one. We got to have a cheese emote, because it comes up a lot. I can't stop talking about cheese ever. And I still do need to like actually have a cheese show, which I'm still working on. We were sort of not renovating, painting the kitchen, so we couldn't use it for a little bit. But now we should be able to resume doing that. Now I just need to go out and buy the cheese, which I can't do because we are just buried under a foot of snow, and I'm not gonna be able to dig my car out till spring. So I guess I could have cheese delivered, but I like to go in person and touch the cheeses, you know? Oh yeah, Gin Fizz did get to try the stinky cheese that I originally bought for this stream. And I waited so long to open it up that it was extra ripe, extra stinky. I love how this whole intro is about cheese rather than art. But you know, we're getting to the art right now. Stretches, chatting, talking about cheese. Ooh, you know, you can't just stretch your arms either, or just your wrists. You gotta like stretch the whole body too, because I will be the first to admit that I have pretty bad posture while I draw. I'm trying to change it, but it's a process, and it's, you know, it's really easy to fall back into my old habits and hunch over. So I'm trying to open things up a little bit. But yeah, just like 5 minutes of stretching can make a huge difference. And taking a break for 5 minutes, at least once an hour, is also a huge help. Even if you don't stretch with that time, just taking 5 minutes where you're not doing the repetitive motions of drawing is a really good thing to do. All right, so today's stream, we are doing, we're going a little bit out of order today. We're going to do the Hierophant, just because last week we did the High Priestess, and the Hierophant is sort of her male counterpart. And I do have some ideas for like some visual elements that I want to incorporate that sort of that they're tied together. So yeah, just wanted to skip ahead a little bit and go to that. Also, I while like doing all the social media, like, hey, come watch me draw the Hierophant stuff, I wrote the word Hierophant so many times that is a real weird looking word that if you look at it too long, it doesn't look like a word. It just looks like a jumble of letters. But yeah, I know like a lot of people have asked in the past if I'm going to do these all in order, and I guess today I am going out of order for the first time. So last time I definitely like came into the Hierophant and Elephant with a Cape. Oh, Hierophant. Hi, Stitching Up Treble, welcome. Hi to everyone who's here. But yeah, so I know like with the High Priestess, I had a bunch of like ideas for what I wanted to do, and then I ended up not doing those things and doing something else completely. We'll see how today's turns out. I do have like some ideas about how I want to do this. So let's pull up last week's. Let's pull up the High Priestess. Just to kind of see what I did last week, and sort of I can explain what I want to do this week. If it will load. Hopefully I don't have to restart Photoshop. It ended up being, you know, these, I'm working really big, high DPI, just so that it'll look nice and pretty when I print them. So here we have the High Priestess. So this was all about, you know, divine intuition, creativity, femininity, because we went without, I decided to ditch the concept of fertility for creation, just because I don't like to tie femininity and fertility together. So yeah, I ended up going with a sort of, you know, watery flow of ideas into the mind, and sort of plant-like creation growing from those thoughts, the sort of divine wisdom watering the creativity. And, you know, got some of the traditional elements like the pomegranates, the rather than black and white pillars, I went with black and white planets in the background rather than holding a Torah. I'm having her actually hold some tarot cards and, you know, holding them very close to her chest. And then we got the moon in there, got some cool go-go boots, and did go for like a very feminine sort of look. I really like this sort of like head split open in a way that looks like a crown, and that's something that I want to bring into the Hierophant, giving him that same sort of split. But the Hierophant is more about like religion, tradition, sort of following someone else's message. So I think what my plan is for this is still having sort of divine wisdom flowing into the mind, but then having it create something coming from the mouth towards the followers. That I'm not sure I want to draw all of like the full body of the followers at the feet of the Hierophant. I think my plan is to just draw like just some praying hands in the foreground, pointed up towards the Hierophant. And I'm thinking of getting just like real flamboyant with the like priest robes, just because, you know, that's going to be a fun place to add some patterns and colors. And also because I grew up Catholic and it's very dramatic. It's very campy in its way. It's hold on. Egg. Hi, Egg. Egg, do you want to come here? She wants to be held all the time except for when I'm on stream. And then she's just like, "Who are you? I don't know you." Egg, if you come here, people will tell you that they love you. Are you gonna come here? She's got a full schedule. Maybe she can pencil me in for later. But yeah, so yeah, just growing up Catholic with just like I went to one of those like really old churches that had like the big stained glass windows and just like the elaborate robes and the architecture and you know, I'm never gonna fully get that sort of thing out of my head. So yeah, want to get campy with it. Also, I've been doing stained glass painting recently. That has been a lot of fun, and I can't actually show it on this stream because there's boobies in it. And that's not allowed. Although I was wondering the other day, like, you can't show bare feet on stream because of foot fetishists making it weird. But I wonder if I'd get in trouble for drawing a bare foot. Like, could you draw a realistic bare foot? Is that against TOS? I have no idea. Not that I'm going to be drawing any realistic bare feet on this stream. I can draw a foot, that's fine. I'm not great at drawing feet, so I do tend to... I'm okay at drawing feet. It's just that I draw hands so much better, and feet make a little less sense to me. It's within TOS to lick a microphone for ASMR. That's very good to know. I'm not going to. It's really hard sometimes to like run a channel or like do anything on someone else's website where the rules are just kind of all over the place. And I know a lot of it is, you know, to a certain extent, it's out of people's hands because of overreaching laws in our country. But yeah, anyways, I could go on and on and on about American censorship laws, but I'm not going to. All right, let's get into the Hierophant. And all right, already got the template up. Let's see, yeah, that's all right. And now you're gonna see my really terrible posture while I draw, because it's just I end up putting the tablet on my lap like a sketchbook. And that's not really the right or good way to do it, but it's how I end up doing it. And I know it's bad. I know it's bad. But this is what I've been doing for the past 14 years. And trying to do it other ways feels so unnatural to me. And it just makes drawing feel so awkward. I promise to stretch my whole body after this. Did you just come in on a weird conversation? I mean, yeah, it's only weird conversations here. But yeah, you know, I have just terrible posture. I actually, before I started doing burlesque, I almost did have like a hunch to my back just from always. I used to be way more hunched. I used to literally like bend over like this. And now at the very least, I slouch a little bit, but I don't hunch. But yeah, I know it's a bad habit. Maybe I try to, at the start of every month, pick a habit that I want to work on. So maybe maybe I'll try to work on my posture for February's habit, but not today. I'm just gonna draw regular style. Also, I'm gonna turn out that light. It's putting too much glare on my screen and I can't see. All right. So, the Hierophant. Let's do this. Let's just adjust this camera. That's a little better. There we go. Okay. The Hierophant. Let's see. Oh, first off, I want to look at, I want to pull up like the traditional Rider-Waite Hierophant. Just for reference. All right. Because again, we're not trying to copy this. But to just take inspiration, try and figure out what symbols are in this card that people are going to want to see. Because, you know, it is something that you want people to be able to look at it and know what they're looking at. So, yeah, we got red rope, yeah, followers down here. Sort of a crown or like a pope hat kind of thing. Oh yeah, this that's called a papal cross right here. We're definitely going to get one of those in. He's also like sitting on a throne between two pillars, keys at his feet, lots of crosses everywhere. But yeah, we don't have to do all of this stuff. Just gotta, I just like looking at it to know what others have done before me and what sort of the traditional look to it is. But I want to get more flamboyant with it. So we're going to have a head. Let's see. I want to angle the head so that it is going to be sort of speaking downwards. It does kind of look like imagery from Midsummer. I am going to so I want the head splitting open to somewhat resemble that Pope hat. I need to see this David Tennant on a throne. That's it. Here, I'll put it in this window for y'all to see. Yes. This... I'm very distracted now. This is... Ooh. Jin, that's very... I would follow this Hierophant too! I would! Oh boy! Yeah! Oh man, what do you want me to do, man? I'll do it. Ooh. Oof. This is the okay. Okay, no, we're putting this away. Closing this window. Thank you. Thank you, but also whew, okay. So, I want to really split this head open. Let me turn off some windows that are making noises that I don't want to have going. Yeah. Okay. We don't need all that distraction. Oop. So I'm thinking of making like a sort of two-tiered split. Yes, Jin is in charge of making the chat horny. You're gonna end up in horny jail though. Alright, so we're having wisdom flowing in. Or maybe, like, do we want to make it look more like radiant light than water? Hi, Alex.
It's not me.
It's not you?
No, I'm not here.
You're not here? Who's
No.
here?
Oh,
Oh, you're even... Look at Alex. Alex is wearing a tarot card shirt today.
hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me get in frame.
But yeah, he's got a bunch of these spooky tarot card shirts.
Mortis Venti, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And I
Prondo.
like to steal them. Oh, okay, steal my prongles. They're like low sodium though, so you might think they're gross.
Ah.
Yeah, they're those are grown-up chips.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
We can know it.
Okay.
Drawing.
I'm drawing the Hierophant. Hi, Aiden. And yeah, who among us hasn't been led astray by David Tennant being too sexy for his own damn good? Ooh, I kind of like this,
That a
like...
deer?
Yes, it's a deer.
Wow.
I'm thinking I really like this, like, V-shaped sort of ray of light going into his head, because it will also mimic this V right here. And I think that's gonna look... No, you can't. David Tennant licking that ice cream cone is... that was probably... Seeing that was probably the beginning of me saying, am I a lesbian? Should I give a dude a chance? And I was like, I'm gonna hold out for David Tennant, I guess. You've got some Tennant-like qualities. Oh,
I
know.
I'm not like, of all the doctors, I am tenanty.
You are also a bit Smithy.
No, I'm
A little
noodly.
bit. Huh?
I'm noodly.
You're noodly and you got a big chin.
Okay, bye.
I love your big chin.
Let me help.
How are you gonna help?
Can I draw one thing?
Okay. What are you gonna draw?
Cut?
Shut.
Oh no.
I think they
no.
they got it.
Oh no.
Good. All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for your contribution. Delete. All right. Anyways. Hi, Crut. Yeah. I want to almost get, like, drag-like with this Hierophant. Put some high eyebrows. Oh, okay. So Alex just said to tell the chat about the Baby Stampede Grand Prix. So at the end of every night, our house is a little funny because it was a 2-unit that we've kind of half-heartedly turned into a single-family house. But the good kitchen was on the upstairs, and the good living room was on the upstairs. So we, like, the offices are upstairs. We sort of spend the days upstairs and the nights downstairs. And so at the end of the night, we tell all the babies, aka our cats, that it's time to go downstairs for the night. And they all, like, wait at the top of the stairs for us until we tell them to go. And then they all race down the stairs. And we call it the baby stampede because they're just, like, all running at once, and it's adorable. I'll do the eyes later. And so this month, February, we are... I don't like those eyebrows. I'm just gonna... They're going to distract me. But yeah, this month we're doing the Baby Stampede Grand Prix, where we're actually keeping track of who comes in what place and then declaring a winner at the end of the month. So far, Scrambles has taken a really big lead. Usually Egg gets distracted halfway down and just like sits on the steps and looks back at us. She doesn't like to get too far away from us, is the thing. She gets halfway down the stairs and she's like, "Aren't you coming? I'm going to wait here until you come." I should take some video of this for sure. Yeah, Scrambles usually takes first place. He's a good boy. I don't know what the winner is going to get. I don't know. They're really playing it for the love of the game. It's like the Great British Bake Off, where there's not really a prize. They get a cake plate. So the winner of the Baby Stampede Grand Prix will get a cake plate. See, the thing is, we want to motivate Egg to win, but she doesn't really like treats. And she only a little bit likes wet food. She really is, like, not very food motivated, not like Scrambles and Oz, who are gigantic chonky boys. Yeah, Egg just like pushes treats around with her nose. She doesn't really know what to do with them. I'm gonna get some real flowy body language in here. I'm drawing him too big. feel like the body is way too big for this head size. That is the nice thing about digital art, is I can just be like, oh, wrong proportions. Let's change that up a little bit. It makes it hard to do traditional art sometimes, where I'm just like, oh, I can't just completely change the size of this without 100% redrawing it. Oops. Let's give the robe a deep V. I mean, okay, Gin Fizz, you have a thing for aren't you always going on? Oh no, wait, Priest Daddy is the name of a book. It's not you being horny for priests. Or are you horny for priests? But yeah, this is going to be horny because I'm drawing it. Quarantine has lasted forever. Okay, you're not horny for priests. Nothing wrong with being, you know, horny for priests. It's, you know, we've all got our way of working through our complicated feelings about religion. All right, I gotta get this hand. So we need him to be holding this. Oh, Egg's back. Egg. Oh, I put the water bowl in my office, so it makes the cats come in from time to time, but... Egg! Egg! Please come say hi. Egg! Egg, I love you so much. Come here! Come here! Well, she's still doing her own thing. Hello, Lentilla. Welcome. I feel like I almost want this robe to be like sheer, because I don't really like that the body gets entirely hidden by this shapeless robe. But I don't know why the chat works on this overlay but not our duo overlay. I've been working on fixing that for weeks, and it's still not working. I might have to just completely do it over from scratch. Yeah, OBS is wonky sometimes. And then yeah, we're gonna have stuff flowing from the mouth. At the very least, can I try to some body there. That's a little better. Got big flowing sleeves. And then, yeah. What are the things that hang down on the that the priest like wears over the hang down parts? The hang down parts, the big long ears. I don't know what they're called. A lot of vestments, yeah. I mean, robes, anything is back in fashion if you just wear it a bunch with confidence and other people see it and they're like, oh, that's such a great idea. Oh, that's the wrong tool. Why is it not? Oh, oh, it's because I pressed the wrong thing. I've been wearing robes a lot just because, you know, indoors. And I've got a bunch of fancy robes, so why not wear them? Fancy robes, vintage nightgowns, which is not the kind of robes we're talking about here, but still. We're all stuck indoors. Be a dramatic bitch in your house, even if you can't be out in the world. I feel like... Alright, first off, I feel like this guy needs more chin. Yeah. More chin to accommodate the mouth. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to give him hair. It could add some color to things, but it could also... make things distracting. There we go. I was wondering why the head just seemed a little flat. It's because it was. We gotta have some of that coming out from behind the ear. I love drawing hair so much that I want to just draw elaborate hair all the time, forever, and everything, but not everything needs hair. Okay, I feel like I'm going to make him just a little bit smaller again so that I can fit the other elements in there. That V centered. Do a new layer. Save every now and then. Alright, so let's get some praying hands in there. Let's look at my own hands. Okay, yeah, let's... They're a little stiff. I want the fingers to have a little bit of softness to them. Let's turn this off just so I can see this a little better. Hey, thanks for the follow, J Flag. I saw Yowie hands and got too many words in my head at once. Yeah, I do. I think sometimes about like intentionally making a weird porno featuring yaoi hands. How odd that would be. I'm sure it's got to be a fetish at this point, just from how much it's shown up in things that now people are like, oh yeah, those giant unrealistic hands, that's my thing now. Alright, and you know what? I am just gonna duplicate this, flip it, and put it on the other side. I'm going to, when I draw them, I'll draw them, I won't copy when I actually ink it. But I want the symmetry of both these sets of hands. Alright, now that I know where these hands are going to be, I want the robe to still... Oh yeah, we gotta get those keys by his feet. Let's just... I have so much, like, black in the background of the other ones that I want to still have a certain amount of, like, black behind him and, like, negative space. So that can be accomplished just with taking some stuff out, shifting the clothes around. I don't want it to be like a big boxy robe. I'm gonna make this V deeper though. We're getting sexy with it. Yeah. What is the Italian hand thing? Alex, come in here and do the Italian hand thing. Oh, are you talking about the... Eh, you know! That thing? Eh. Eh. Italian yaoi hands. It's just this, but huge. I wonder if... Ooh, you know what? I'm actually... Okay, so inspired by, Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon. In the manga, she's got this, like, waist chain that has keys on it. So maybe we'll give him a keychain. Just to, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. But it was worth trying out. Ooh, here we go. Get a little waist action. Still struggling a little bit with this hemline. Alright, I'm gonna make it even smaller actually. So I just want to fit everything in here. Well, he's too tall, I think, for us to see his feet. So, sorry chat, no feet on stream today. Not gonna be drawing feet. Where could I put keys then? Maybe on his vestments. There can be like a little key pattern. That's really the way to, oh my god, horny chat! Y'all are so horny today! What is that? Is it because we're all snowed in and just even more stir crazy than we have been during COVID? Like, what? Oh, you guys. All right. And then, yeah, so I'm going to have, you know, he's going to have, sort of words flowing out of him. And now I'm worried this might end up really busy. So we're gonna have to, oh boy, you guys. Every time I look up and look at the chat, y'all are just, you know, and yeah, of course Alex is encouraging it. And Gin Fizz. Oh, but it started with Gin Fizz posting David Tennant, but then Alex, Dapper Cadaver in the chat, just, now you're all just feeding off each other. Shit's getting out of hand over here. But anyways, okay, so now that I have these lines here, it is gonna get a little bit busy if I'm not careful. So yeah, gonna have to keep that in mind. But I think this is a good sketch. So I'm going to make it more transparent. And start drawing. Oh, you guys. guys. Oh, you guys. I did say feeding off each other, not feeding off each other, but wow. You know what? I started today just feeling innocent and pure and good. Alex laughed at that. Let's make that pinky a little smaller because they are small. I wish I had a bigger pinky because these bass lessons I'm taking, I can play it pretty good except for anything involving my pinky, which is the weakest little appendage on my whole body. It's just like, I don't want to do anything ever. I'm just here to look pretty. All right, one set of hands. Pinkies are very ooh bottom energy. Oh. Let's give this hand some long nails. I'm pretty terrible at having long nails. There's reasons for that. Yes, I poor asexuals. Having to put up with all of this horniness. Let's put a little ring on this finger. I'm not gonna make it too complicated though. I don't wanna. Just a simple ring. And chat, you can keep being horny. I'm not trying to shame y'all. I'm really not. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. What's everyone else working on today? So Aiden's knitting. Oh! Egg alert! Egg alert! Hold on! Egg alert! She's here! She's here! Look at this little one. Where's her face? She's just fur. Oh, sweet kitten! Sweet fluffy baby girl. Aww.
Wrong way.
Yeah.
Woo.
Aww. She's so sweet. And she's so good at being held.
She flops.
Yeah. This little ragdoll.
Ooh, and look at your leg.
Yeah. So tell me, Egg, what's your plan for trying to win the gold in the Baby Stampede Grand Prix? Do you have a strategy that you're going to employ?
Oh, she's camera shy. She's camera shy.
Oh, she's really focused on the game.
My client's no longer taking any interviews.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, Egg is, she came in second place yesterday. And, yeah. Usually she comes in last, but she's been motivated. So yeah, there's our little egg break. Getting back to drawing. Knitting is a hobby that I've never really, when I was like a teenager, I learned like the basics of knitting and knit like just like a square about this big, and then I was like, I'm not gonna knit anymore. And then when I got older, I was like, knitting sounds like I would love it, but also like it could take over my life. I was at a place where I was just like, I don't need any more hobbies. If I learn how to knit, then I'll just never do anything else. But now, like, I'm learning music, I'm doing stained glass, which stained glass is so much more expensive than knitting. Like, one pane of glass, depending on what color you get, it might be like $50. And then you need multiple things to put together, and it's so much fun, but it's so much more expensive than just buying yarn. And I should have just learned to knit. But I spent like $90 on stained glass supplies yesterday. It's fun, but yeah, like I sew and was like, oh, knitting would go with this, but I stopped myself. I don't even know why. All right, we got a couple of hands. Yeah. Cool. Now let's go underneath it and draw this dude. Ooh. All right, so I put it on another layer with a mask on it so I can draw without drawing over the hands. Crafting in general is addictive, and it also sort of turns you into a hoarder because, you know, you have to have a stash. Like any kind of like creative crafting hobby, it's like constantly producing and consuming. Like you're just like, oh, this is so pretty. I don't have a project in mind for this yet, but like I'm going to get it and add it to my stash so that when I think of what I want to do with it, then I'll use it. And I have just like all of these panes of glass in very pretty colors. But then I end up too scared to actually use it. I'm like, oh, this piece of glass is so pretty, and if I cut it, I might screw up. And then I've wasted this piece of glass, and then I just have this stack of glass that is just doing nothing. I'm trying to make myself actually use my stash. I did Gin Fizz convince me to use a little bit of my like most prized glass. It's this like really highly textured, iridescent, clear glass. It's like super wavy. And it should have been like at least $120, and it was mislabeled as 40 at the store. And the guy who was in the shop at the time was just like, yeah, this is probably worth more than this, but since it says 40, I'm going to honor 40 and I'm going to give this to you for 40. And like, I'm just like, he was so nice. And crafting people are so nice too. Like you go to Joann's even just to get like some fabric cut, and they're always just like, oh, what are you going to make with this project? And then if you're like me, Or I know Gin Fizz too, you have to be like, oh, I'm gonna make lingerie for going on stage to strip my clothes off. Like, but it's like crafting, it brings camaraderie, it's a fun thing to do, but it's also just so expensive. And yeah, like I want Alex to start doing like metal work, because we watch a lot of Forged in Fire, and it's a lot of fun. But one, we need a garage, so he has a place to do that. But yeah, steel is pricey, and having to like buy the supplies for that is crazy. Like, at least one of the things I love about digital art is like, yes, this tablet I got for free from a friend who had gotten it for free and never used it. So thank you, Buck, for that, if you're watching. Or I think some of you might know Buck. But yeah, Buck gave me this tablet because I had like a first generation Cintiq from more than 13 years ago that I was still using. It went through a house fire and it still worked perfectly fine. Like, the only damage it had was that my ex knocked it off the table and a few pixels got broken. But it got to the point where it was very old. So I did have to replace it, but it was still just like, I dropped $1,000 on that tablet and used it for 10 years. And, you know, you do have to buy Photoshop. You do have to buy a tablet and a computer. But once you have those big purchases out of the way, you can draw as much as you want to, and you're not using up any supplies. You don't have to keep going out to buy stuff. You don't have to keep leaving the house. There are times when I will go to Joann's or Home Depot or one of these like craft stores, Michael's or something. I'll go like multiple times in a day because I'll get home and be like, oh my God, I thought I had black thread, but I don't. And I can't do this project without black thread. So back to the store I go to buy thread. And then while I'm there, I'm like, well, since I'm here, what else do I need? And then just every trip, you're dropping hundreds of dollars. And then I make stuff and I'm like, okay, I've made this. What am I even going to do with this now? But the joy is in creating things sometimes. And, you know, it doesn't have to serve a purpose. Also, I just realized that I made this finger a little wonky. You know what? It's gonna stay wonky. I don't care. No, I care. I care. I care. I try to sometimes just like let go and be like, things don't have to be perfect. What's that do? Oh, that's the wrong tool. All right. We should make that face but a cheese wheel, Alex, you're right. Someday we'll get to have hundreds of emotes. No, not the brush tool. All right. So... is this the right brush that I'm using? This looks funny. That's better. Weird. Was I using the right one down here? Yeah. I don't understand how computers work. I just use one every day. I've only been using Photoshop for 20 years. I feel like ADHD and crafting are very compatible bedfellows. Because I often will just get so hyper-focused on a project, or I can't focus on it at all and refuse to do it. No in between. He does kind of have Dragon Ball Z hair, or like Lisa Simpson hair. Gosh, I should not make him yellow or orange. I guess I made the High Priestess orange. She does have a little bit of a Lisa Simpson thing, but I gave her other hair so it doesn't look too Simpson-y, but this guy has no hair. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I have so many supplies for hobbies that I used to do and then don't anymore. There's a really cool place in Chicago that I love called the Waste Shed, which is like a thrift store for art supplies. And you can, it's like Goodwill, and you can donate unused supplies and then buy them for cheap. And they also give a lot of free stuff to teachers, which is really cool. Because like sometimes I'll buy something and be like, oh, the like piece of fancy craft paper I want comes in this set with like 30 other pieces of paper, and I just want the one. So then, there's a place that I can send art supplies off to that I'm not using. Or like, oops, I bought this pack of paper and it's the wrong kind of paper, but I didn't figure this out till I already drew on some of it, and now I can't return it. And this is like 99% still usable. I feel like I want to give him a little bit of a bigger nose. I love drawing big noses. Oh, resin casting is another thing I would love to do. I think about it a lot. Or like making stuff with cement or ceramic. When I get a house that I want to stay in for a long while, I want to just like make a bunch of custom tile from scratch and tile the bathroom and the kitchen and all of that stuff in like custom tile, and put stained glass in all the windows and just like completely customize every single aspect of the entire house. But right now, trying to sell my current house with glitter paint on the walls, I'm just like, I wish I had not customized this house quite so much. I almost want to give him like Cleopatra eyeshadow or eyeliner. I like that face. That's a fun face. Oh, Jinfizz, you have resin supplies. Let's make some stuff, yes. Let's do it. I think that arm is, whoa, that arm is so not proportional. Well, we're in the process. It's going to be a long process of selling the house. It's going to take us at least a year, to, you know, work out our finances and fix up the house, stuff like that. But it's something that's like on our minds for the like not like super far off future. Like I know this hand is further in the foreground than the face, but I feel like this hand is just huge. A crafting potluck is such a good idea. Just everyone bring supplies that you're not using anymore and just do a whole big trade. I love that. I love that. Or even just like the idea of like everyone having different supplies that people can borrow from each other. The same like amongst my friends, I try to coordinate of just like, oh hey, I got this power tool, so if anyone needs this power tool, you can borrow it from me rather than buying your own power tool, because power tools are expensive, and also no one needs to own every power tool unless they are a professional at power tooling, which is a job. Let's see. I gotta start on this because it's gonna be such a main focus. Did the music stop? The music stopped. Play. I gotta remember to put it on endless. I do this every time. But yeah, once COVID is over, hell yeah, everything is a potluck. We're just like, I'm gonna be hanging out with 18 people at a time, and we're just gonna swap everything. It's just like, okay, so there's certain things that I've ended up cooking a lot in quarantine, and they're good things, but also like I want to eat different things. So just like a potluck at the end of COVID where everyone bring the thing that you have been cooking a lot during COVID, or everyone bring over art projects that you've made during COVID and show them off, or like, yeah, bring clothes that don't fit you anymore. Oh, Jen and I were also talking about how hermit crabs, when they're molting and like they've outgrown their shells, they line up in order of size, and each one like takes off their shell and hands it to the next smallest one who moves into it, and then they just like pass it on down. And like we just got to do that for clothes of just like, hey, I've outgrown all of my clothes. Who's a little bit smaller than me who will fit in my clothes now? And then they can pass on their old clothes and just pass it on down the line. Because yeah, I've got just so many clothes that don't fit. I've got craft things I've made. Yeah, bras especially. They're so expensive. They're so expensive. And you know, I want to know that they're going to a good home. Yeah, I bought a bunch of nice bras that definitely don't fit anymore, like hilariously don't fit. Like cuts each of my boobs into like 6 segments, like a little challah bread, like a braided challah. All right. Drawing. You wanna that hand, I'm just gonna extend out into nothing because it's gonna get cut off by the frame, so it doesn't really have to. I do wear some of the clothes that you that I shot from your closet, Jin. Especially like the black dress with like the black and white striped collar and sleeves. That one is my favorite, and I definitely wear that all the time. And I wear the other ones too. I haven't been really wearing dresses when we're doing like comfy couch streams, which is most of the like gaming streams that we've been doing lately, because I just know that I'm going to like shift my body and then show my underwear. So I have to wear pants. But yeah, it's I actually I love all of my new curves. It's great. I like actually have real boobs all the time. Like I was getting dressed today and I just saw them like out of my peripheral vision, and this keeps happening to me where I'm just like, who's in here? And it's literally my own boobs. I'm just like, I feel a presence. I feel like a presence in the room, and it turns out to be my own tits. Also, yeah, maxi dresses, great. Wear them all the time. Also, like, I've been wearing a lot of, like, vintage nightgowns. Like, the long, flowing vintage nightgowns. I wear those all the time, just as clothes. But they're a little too sheer to wear on stream. And yeah, like, more dresses do need to have pockets. Most of the dresses that Jin gave me have pockets, so that also increases how often I wear them. All right. What's this? Oop, that's the eraser. I gotta figure out how this sleeve is gonna... Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. I can rework it in a minute. Okay. Okay, let's get... I'm gonna want to have this be a mirror image thing. You know, I can just draw, like, actual lines. There is a line tool. And I actually want to... So really, really want to mimic the exact angle of this V. Let's make this weight at least 15. Is that... not inches. 15 pixels. Yeah. Well, maybe a little thinner. Okay, 10. Okay. So just going to take that angle. Make me get a little smaller as they go out. The V does stand for Varjima. Whoa, not 8 inches, 8 pixels. Oh, hi, Did you hear her little meow? Come here. Come here, sweet baby. Okay, fine. Okay, chat, I'm gonna be right back. I just need to get some more water. I am very thirsty. Like, literally, like, a minute. Oh! Okay, hydrated. Also, yeah, I'm going to play Kingdom Hearts for the first time when we hit 250 subs someday. It's a far off time that I'm just gonna roast it. I'm just gonna roast it because this game, Alex has tried explaining it to me over and over, and it sounds dumb. And so I'm just going to roast it. All right, we got those lines. Yeah, it's a lot of subs, which, you know, fingers crossed, we never hit it and I never have to play Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, every sub does bring us one step closer to me roasting Goofy. I guess we didn't figure out if it's going to be all of them or just the first one. I don't want to think about having to do all of them. Oh no, Alex, you're so mean to me. You're the meanest boyfriend ever. Alright. Combine those. So that's all one shape. And just to make sure that it ends up exactly in the center, do I have a... Yes. I do have a guide on. There we go. Exactly in the center. I need to... It's not going to show up, but I just wanted it to. Okay. That going. Gotta make the people cross, which I'm also going to use some lines for. Duplicate this. don't know why my eraser set's so thick. Thick with like 18 C's. And I think I'm gonna have this coming in front of the mouth stuff. All right, so that is the main outlines. I'm gonna fill in all the detail in here, and I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that to show one thing overlapping another thing. But so we're gonna have black behind him. Oh. I don't know why it doesn't like the yellow. I want to get some more black down here, and I'm thinking of maybe doing another sort of V shape. So I want it to be balanced with this darkness up here. Maybe I can, where's it gonna say? Because yeah, I also want the words, the Hierophant, to stand out. Actually, I was going to erase this line, but I almost like the idea of having the hands be different colors on either sides of the line, just to add some interest. Yeah, I'm liking how this is looking. Okay. Filling in this part. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Cause I wanna have the robes showing. I want there to be body underneath this. Let's make these lines thinner inside. So one of the things that I'm intentionally doing is having, you know, the divine wisdom coming in very straight and is being spoken from there very wiggly, sort of representing how, you know, what we're told is often a distortion of the truth. And that authority figures might not be telling the most accurate story. That tradition is something that is passed down like a game of telephone and warps over time. And it's not always a bad thing for messages and traditions to alter. It's just good to be aware of that happening. All right, we got that. How much of the body am I drawing underneath is the question. How am I drawing this? I'm going to draw it just... I'm going to draw all the lines, and I'm going to draw them in red, and then I can decide which ones I want to erase. I don't want... Eh. See, I don't like that those touch right there, those two lines. Good. Oh, we gotta get that deep V. We gotta get that deep V. So let's get... I guess I should. It works. I'm all hunched. I'm all hunched. All right, I'm gonna straighten up a little bit. I still got it in my lap, but I can at least hunch slightly less. Such bad habits. This is why I'm not an art teacher. I tried it once upon a time being an art teacher, and it was teaching is a very special skill that you can't just do just because you have knowledge of something. Especially when it comes to kids. I can do lessons, I think, for adults. And like if you learn things from these streams, that's awesome. But yeah, working with kids is a very specialized skill, and it's not just like, oh, well, I got a degree in this and I don't know what to do with it, so I might as well teach it to other people. Like, it really is its own job that needs its own consideration. And it's not something I'm trained for. It made me very nervous. I'm also scared of teens. All right, let's see if I just make all these lines black, is that going to be too busy? I gotta also think about how it's going to look when it's colored. I guess I can start coloring, see how it looks, and I can always take it back. I can always rework a section. Maybe that's okay. So, yeah, already talked about how definitely should not color this guy yellow. Because that's going to look very Simpsons. Maybe... Green? Looks almost alien-like. Go with like a pink. Ooh, I actually really like that. I actually really like that. And I know that like the Rider Waite has him in a red robe. I'm trying to, is the red robe really significant that it's red, or is it just that it's a robe that happened to be? Okay, so he wears a red, white, and blue robe. Oh, I guess so it's like multiple layers of robe. Yeah, do the colors signify? Oh yeah, representing the three worlds over which he rules. I look at biddytarot.com for a lot of like interpretation stuff. You know, I'm not gonna go with the color stuff because I just don't feel like it. And it's my own interpretation, and yeah, I'm definitely like writing a guide while I make all of these cards of like my own symbolism that I'm putting into these things and a sort of like custom interpretation of all these things. So I am leaving out some of the more common symbols and adding in some others that I think are sort of related to the main themes. And that's just how it's going to be. So I want this light to be sort of a bright and golden light. Then I imagine it coming out a sort of altered color. Oh, I gotta add a line in there. How's everybody doing? I'm happy you're here today. I love every time I see someone use Egg Champ. I'm really happy with how that emote turned out. Egg's such a weird looking cat. I'm glad y'all love my weird looking cat. Should I make it the same purple? Maybe I'm gonna do orange on the bottom. This is looking wild. Well, that's pretty cool with the frame. I'm already starting to feel like it's just so busy inside of all that. And I honestly just taking that out right there, simplifying that, I like that a lot better. Yeah. Hiding from your child that won't sleep in the bathroom? Is your child a cat? Oh, hiding from your child that won't sleep. You're hiding in the bathroom from the child that won't sleep. Okay. I think that's what you mean. I thought it was the child that wouldn't sleep in the bathroom that was the problem and making you hide. Oh, we gotta color these fingernails. I'm liking the simplicity better in these. I think with, oh fuck, what was it? The Magician? I think I overworked it a little bit. And I might actually go back and pull back a little bit on it. Let's go with this color for the ring. And that same color for the cross. Getting kids to sleep is hard. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. I used to have to babysit a lot, both for my family and other people's family in the neighborhood. And just the amount of nonsense kids would do every time it was time for bed. Yeah, getting children to bed is extremely hard. Other side of that. Just... I'm definitely going to add some pattern to this robe for sure. I just have to figure out exactly what it's going to be. But I'm going to put some pattern in here to add some texture to it. I don't want it to be too simple. It was just... this was getting really visually confusing, I think, the middle part. And so just having it be... because, like, the symbolism that I really want to have in here is this light flowing into the mind, getting distorted on the way out. Oh boy, Alex is popping in again. What's up? What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? Sometimes he is doing nothing and he pretends to be doing something so that I get suspicious. And oh. He's poking me with a tape measure from... he's trying to steal my glasses with a tape measure from across the room.
Heads.
Oh.
Here.
Yep. Yeah, I thought something was going on with the cat too. Nope. It was just Alex coming up with his own kind of nonsense.
Just me.
Just Alex. What do you think, babe?
It's pretty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Can I help?
No, you already helped, remember?
Can I help again?
I'll let you draw your own card. Ooh, we should have a channel where I make Alex try to recreate these drawings.
Tarot deck.
The Alex Tarot deck. Yes.
Mac and cheese, butts.
He said it's gonna be all mac and cheese and butts. Because those are his two favorite things. Mac and cheese and butts. And luckily, eating a lot of mac and cheese creates more butt. So, one thing leads to another. So, I think it's going to be more orange coming out of the mouth. You know what? I just realized I have like 5 different beams coming in. I want to have 5 coming out. So where is... Just so I can get that same sort of symmetry going on. Lines get so wiggly sometimes. I feel like maybe the pen is too sensitive. But see, now that's just completely empty. Ugh. Sometimes symmetry can be unbalanced. Just trying to make sure the lines aren't super jittery. Alright, yeah. Those look like better wavy lines. I'm happy with that. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave this cross white just so that it contrasts a little more. It'll look good with the white lines all around too. I'm liking how this is looking. I do think maybe the bottom part of this is not going to be that orange though. Maybe just, yeah, the darker purple. Yeah. It's looking good. Alright, so now I gotta think of a pattern for this robe. First off, let's make sure. Oh, okay, I did get that spot. What color should these robes be? Because traditionally they would be red, but he's red. Put some crosses. Yeah, maybe a like aqua kind of color would be really good. Oh no, did I draw? Oh no, did I draw on the wrong layer? Luckily it's removed from this up where I want it to go. There we go. Not so right there. But I noticed it before I got too far. Not sure about this shade. Ooh, okay, I like this. The blue-green. That looks good. You know, honestly, I do kind of want to give him upside-down crosses. I was gonna do that, and I was like, should I? But just having one other person confirm that I should, I'm in now. Thank you. Thank you. Let's invert these crosses. Because I want it to be a mixture of psychedelic and goth. I was raised Catholic, and actually upside down crosses are not demonic. It's just a different type of holy, I guess. Oh, this is so cool. All right, what little pattern to add to the robes? Oh, the keys! That's right. We can put a key somewhere in this. Mm, oh my god, I just want these lines to be perfect. There. Okay. So let's see, can put some other colors in here too. I think I'm gonna have white trim. Maybe there can be red on this part. Can go for more of a like red. That's not too clashy. Sometimes pink and red I don't like together. Sometimes it upsets me. It has to be the right shade of pink and the right shade of red. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that red. I want it to be this pink color. I mean, we don't have to go with those 3 different colors. Could be dark blue. Or it could be like more of a green. That's a pretty good green color, I think. Maybe a little darker. All right, let's add some patterns. Let's add some patterns into these clothes. Close this off. I almost want to put some little keys, like one here and one here. That might be the, because it's supposed to be like towards his feet. So yeah, I could definitely like in white make a little key. Yeah. Actually, flip it directly over this line. Cool. I like that actually. All right, so what pattern? Maybe like, so we had like, with what's her face, the High Priestess. We had a moon in there. We had some pomegranates. Let's see. Are there any symbols we could bring into this besides just like crosses? Like, hmm. This is very like authoritarian. Very, could just do flowers. Because they would bring some of that, like, psychedelic look into things. Trying to think, because, like, I wanted to go very, very, like, yeah, over the top, campy, decorative. Oh wait, actually, no, I got an idea. Because I did looking at, so my background here, oh, you can't see it in this, but her dress right below this has this sort of swoopy pattern. And I've been putting swoopiness in all of the other things too. They're almost the right shape. Cool. I'm going to try this one more time. So I want it to be, woo, chair's rolling. I want it to be a little bit more like teardrop shape than just a U shape. So yeah, more like that. More like, you know, the borders of my Twitch layout. I'm gonna color in that little blue spot before I forget. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I like that bit on the shoulder. I might actually make that a full feature. Both. Ooh. What you think?
Well.
Yeah.
Imagine. Mm. Crime of the century. I don't know if that refers to, but I.
To you stealing my glasses!
Oh, yeah!
What, you think you can't get convicted for the same crime twice?
Double.
That's not what double
fuck.
jeopardy means.
Good, Nick. Good, Nick. I'll help. Let me put it back.
Um,
Let me put it back. I got it. I got it! I help.
did ya?
Yeah.
Did you help?
Yeah.
Alright. This looks a little... I want it to flow with
Ooh.
the fabric. Thank you.
Guess
You-
what I'm gonna have?
Are you having mac and cheese?
Oh.
Are you having cinnamon toast?
Oh.
Oh yeah, because I didn't show you how to make it yet. Last week in on Tarot Tuesday, we discovered that Alex had never heard of cinnamon toast because he came running into the room just like, babe, what if cinnamon toast crunch, but big, like toast? And I was like, you mean cinnamon toast? And he was like, that's a thing? That's not a thing. And we had to explain to him that cinnamon toast is a thing.
Very spicy ramen.
Oh, he's eating spicy ramen. Oh no.
It's been a while since I do this to myself.
Oh no, I was drawing on the wrong layer.
Oh no.
I need to have more variety in the sizes of these things. I want it to flow well. Come on, zoom in. You can do it. There you go. Yeah, I'm almost wondering if I want to add some black into here. Or if that's just going to make it fade into the background. I'm not sure that I want to fill it in with different colors. I don't know. Let's see. Going down to this layer. No, I like that blue that I had. Maybe I should color the shoulders. Slightly different color. Okay, I'm liking that. I think I'm going to change the green bits to blue. Okay. I kind of so one of the like subconscious rules that I always have for myself is that like unless you are deliberately trying to draw a rainbow to leave one color out of things or else it'll look like a rainbow. So by not having any green, you know, we've got a reddish color, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, and purple, but no green. So it doesn't end up looking too rainbowy. And I like that a little better. So this is pretty close to there. I almost feel, okay. I think I want the colors on the bottom to more closely mirror the colors up top. Because while things are getting warped, we show that warp with the wiggliness. And I think changing the color also makes it look like something totally different and unrelated. Oh, let's turn this frame off. And then now maybe we can make this papal cross gold. Oh, but now I don't like that color of yellow. So, change it up one more time. I just don't like this really super bright yellow here. It's one of my least favorite colors. Make that more orange in the middle. Yeah, I like that better. There we go.
I'm screwed.
Why?
It's so hot.
You do this to yourself.
Chat, this is the super hot ramen. It's very spicy.
He's gonna have a stomach ache tonight. He's gonna. All right. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think that looks good. Is this where I stop? It might be. Huh. Maybe, like, there's just a little bit in the robe. This might be too big of an element. It sort of overtakes everything, leads the eye directly to that. Too much. Yeah, I mean, I can fill in little bits with black. No, too much black. hanging out. When we were first getting into, or first looking into doing Twitch streaming, Alex thought that you couldn't show any affection on stream at all. Like no kissing or anything like that. And we're like, how are we going to do that? We're so affectionate with each other. Just like he's always just giving me nice little kisses. And it's actually allowed, which is good. More dots, because I like them. And it makes it very like 60s, 70s kind of paisley look. You know, I think that might be it. I think that's a pretty good Hierophant. Which again, just when you've looked at the word Hierophant so much, it doesn't look like a word anymore at all. But yeah, I think this might be what I'm gonna call the Hierophant. And yeah, definitely left out a lot of the like typical symbolism, but I don't think that's a bad thing because again, it's my own interpretation. And so I guess the main things that I did want it to convey are, you know, religion, tradition, you know, trusting other people's wisdom, questioning that wisdom, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It ended up being like the closest to how it looked in my head, although I wasn't really thinking about the fact that the like the sort of symbolic words coming out of his mouth would end up covering up so much of the figure. I thought I was going to draw all these robes underneath, but yeah, that ended up taking up so much more real estate than I anticipated. But yeah, this turned out looking pretty close to how it did in my head, especially color-wise. I think I was definitely thinking of these like purple praying hands and golden light. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I am going to keep everything solid rather than doing any gradients. I tried doing gradients with the Magician, and after looking at it a bunch, it ended up looking kind of muddy. And so I took it back and ended up liking it with the flat color. Although I am somewhat considering doing something with the words, the word flow, to add something into that. Oh, like what I did with the hands. Oh. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna muse it over because I think I'm just at, my brain sometimes reaches like a stopping point where it's like, you are done now, which is, you know, definitely a big part of I was gonna say D&D, ADHD, um, which is like a terrible game where your brain is always cheating you.
You're always at a disadvantage.
And I'm always at a disadvantage, says Alex. But yeah, so like paying attention to this for 2.5 hours, my brain is just like, okay, you need to get up and go run around now. So I'm probably gonna also just sleep on this, see how I feel about it tomorrow, see if there's anything that I want to change. Gonna post the final result. I've been sort of like posting the final on Tuesdays as a way of letting everyone know when the next stream is starting. Like, here's last week's, now I'm starting this week's. So in a week we will see how much I changed, or if I just leave it as is. And there's also a possibility that like in a year from now, a year and a half, 2 years, when I'm actually like collecting this all together to send off to a printer, that I'll look at everything cohesively and be like, well, you know, I ended up using these sort of lines or symbols or whatever with other things, so let's bring that into this one too to make it like all 78 cards kind of go together. So I'm leaving myself a little bit of room for that as well, because it is a set of things that all fit together. So yeah, gonna call that the Hierophant, and yeah, pretty happy with that. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing any game streaming tonight. I just finally got the adapter cord that I needed to hook up the Oculus that I got for 3D times. I know my computer can handle streaming and my computer can handle VR. I'm not sure if it can do both at the same time. But maybe at some point there will be VR games on stream. I don't know. But yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. Again, I do this every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, it's been something that I've diligently done. Well, 3 weeks in a row. You know, I can do anything for 3 weeks in a row. Let's see if I can do this for 78 weeks in a row. Well, 77, because I did the Fool before I started doing these on stream. But I also have to design the back of the card too, and that'll be its own stream. But anyways, yeah, you know, it's a long-term project, but I'm here every Tuesday. I'm also working on uploading these to my YouTube channel so that you can go back and watch them, because Twitch saves things for 2 weeks. I believe it's 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm putting them on my YouTube channel, which is, I don't think I have a custom URL yet, but I'm Rosalarian on YouTube if you want to look me up. Let me see if I can actually drop a link to it, because I've been working on uploading these so that you can watch them later, and so that if you do miss an episode, you can catch up. Yes, I will pop this playlist in the chat so you can click on it. So yeah, you can go follow that there too if you want to see later streams. Wow, that's a whole big string of letters and numbers. Yeah, eventually you have to have enough subscribers or followers on YouTube before they let you customize your URL. It's hard to get followers on YouTube when you don't have a custom URL. It's a whole cycle. But yeah, if you just look up Rosalarian, also, I'm the only Rosalarian. It's a nickname my dad gave me as a kid, and it's a made-up word. So anytime you see Rosalarian on the internet, that's me. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm glad you made it to YouTube. Go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/ghosthilarian. And yeah, I do these every Tuesday. And so, yeah, I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you. so much for joining us this week.